So with the official departure of Kathleen Kennedy, Disney is already making official changes to their parks around the world. Now, I'm not too necessarily sure on how many parks have a Galaxy's Edge. I mean, there's about 8 different Disney parks, and I haven't done the research into all of them, so sorry about that. But I do know that there's one at Disneyland Orlando and Disneyland California, Disney World Orlando. But this entire time, I've been there plenty of times to the one in Disneyland in SoCal, because that's where I'm at, is in Southern California. But I've been to this multiple times. It's a great park. It's a great place to kind of nerd out. But the main issue is it's all about the sequel trilogy. The entire theming around it, you know, you have Boba Fett walking around, which he's part of the sequel trilogy, I guess now. But they mainly have Rey walking around. They'll mainly have Kylo Ren walking around the parks. And that's just kind of the main theming of the entire park of Galaxy's Edge. And one question fans like myself have had for many years is why isn't there any Vader or any callbacks to at least the sequels and also the prequels within the parks? There's none of that whatsoever, but now that is completely changed. Starting in spring of 2026, according to an article by The Hollywood, that they're going to be now adding the original trilogy to Galaxy's Edge, which means that we're going to be seeing Darth Vader walk around, Han Solo walking around, we're going to see Luke and Leia walking around, we're also going to be seeing R2-D2 and a lot more callbacks to the original trilogy, including John Williams' score throughout the entire park. Which in a world of rare Star Wars W's, especially rare Disney W's, this is a massive W for Disneyland. And Disney as a whole, because it kind of felt like you were ostracized to just focus on the sequels when you were there, and that's kind of the way it was in general, that you generally were ostracized to only focus on sequel trilogy characters. And I get it, you know, they're very proud of their own creation, but at the end of the day, Star Wars is such a branching and large franchise that you're gonna have fans and people who just love the prequels, you have people who love the original trilogy, and you have people who unfortunately like the sequels. But to essentially ostracize one group of people or a group of people who like a certain thing within Star Wars, to make them feel kind of uncomfortable at the park, is just kind of weird to me. And I'm somebody who doesn't really like the sequel trilogies. You guys already know. You guys know a lot about me if you've been watching this channel for many years or for a couple months here. You know I'm not a big fan of the sequel trilogy whatsoever. But I've also been to Galaxy's Edge multiple times in my life, and I genuinely think it is a great time at those parks. Me and my friends, we did have a lot of fun, although it was based on the sequel trilogy mainly. It's just a fun time at the park, especially when you have friends and family with you. But for them to officially be adding these characters in, especially the original trilogy, which resonates a lot more with fans, I think it's going to make it turn for even better than what it is right now. And as I said earlier, I get it. You know, they were really trying to focus on the sequel trilogy because that's the thing that they created. But in general, we just know that they should have already been here for many years. I mean, the park opened in 2017, and we haven't had any kind of callbacks to the original trilogy whatsoever. Also, a lot of the rides at the park are based on the sequel trilogy mainly, but I feel as though they kind of restrained them creativity-wise when it came to creating these parks. Because imagine if they could have created something like a pod racing ride or simulator. That'd be really cool to add to the parks. I mean, they do have kind of like a flight simulator when it comes to the Millennium Falcon one, which that one's a pretty fun one, but I feel as though something like, you know, you get the full immersion of pod racing. That'd be extremely cool. Could you just imagine just hearing the pod racer firing up and getting all that feeling right before you're about to take off and race, and you also get the immersion of the jerks and how it feels to twist and run? That'd be really cool. Maybe even a ride where you get to blow up the Death Star. I mean, that seems really cool. I mean, imagine being able to pilot one of the few X-Wings that make it out of this battle above the Death Star. And you and your co-pilot, you guys both get super immersed in this universe of you being able to fly around and shoot down to the TIE fighters and be able to just blow up the Death Star and then escaping with the skin of your teeth because the Death Star explosion kind of happened, you know, just randomly. I feel as though that would be a really cool ride to incorporate within Disneyland, but, you know, unfortunately they handcuffed themselves to just the sequel trilogy. But anyway, I mean, that's all I really got for this video. I just feel as though this is a crazy change of course for Disney. I think this is going to be a change of course for the better. I mean, it's just kind of just signs of things slowly but surely healing. Now, I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, now everybody has to go to the parks in order to go see Darth Vader. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying whatsoever. If you don't want to give money to Disney, then don't give your money to Disney. I know I'm going to go at some point eventually because me and my wife just enjoy going to the parks. Me and my wife are actually going to Disney World here within the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it's something that just me and my wife love to do, just go to Disneyland. But I'm not saying that everybody has to go because this is some major change. No, honestly, it's a step in the right direction, but it's as I said, it's going to be a long healing process for Star Wars and Star Wars fans. But at the same time, I feel as though it'd be kind of disingenuous to not admit when something is genuinely right or something is taking a step in the right direction. And that's what I'm kind of doing here. I'm not saying that it's just major change, but it's a step in the right direction. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. May the Force be with you, and as always, have a great rest of your day.